excited, you guys, to talk to you tonight about the double D's. I know it's a play on words. The double D's. Nobody wants double D's, right? We are talking about diabetes and dementia. So get your mind out of together. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It is Tuesday night. We're meeting here on a Tuesday night.
Welcome back to my channel.
Turn down my tablet. I got my tablet here so I can see if any questions come through. But welcome back to my channel. We're talking about something that's near and dear to my heart tonight, and that is the double D's, you guys. That is diabetes and dementia, and how they are both linked to insulin resistance. And we're going to talk about what those links are, what they have in common, and then how to go about preventing and managing those double D's. So you guys, I just wanted to say tonight we're on a Tuesday night. Normally I'm on Monday night. I've been swapping between Monday and Tuesday. I just don't know which day is going to end up being best. And then we're going to do a Q&A after this. So at the beginning of the week, I'll probably let you guys know, okay, I'm going to do it on Monday or Tuesday. But every week we will be live here on a Monday or a Tuesday to, there's Mark. Oh, I caught Mark tonight. Awesome. Great to see you too. Yeah, Monday or Tuesday will be the night that I will go live, just depending on my schedule. But I will try to let you guys know ahead of time and schedule it so that you can see when we're going to go live. But we're going to go ahead and get live as people are joining in. If we have time, we can do some Q&A after. But you guys, it's really near and dear to my heart, the double D's, dementia and diabetes. My mom is... her birthday's tomorrow, 102 tomorrow. She has dementia, and so that's near and dear to my heart. And then, of course, my dad was diabetic, and my dad passed away early in life. He was in his 50s, and I got pre-diabetic at 50. So I want to talk about that a little bit. And I want to talk about, there's some things that I wish I would have known, because I would have done them if I knew, but sharing is caring. So the first thing I want to say is, you guys, this is not medical advice. Always make sure that you talk with your physician before you start any new protocol or anything like that. This is just food for thought, you guys, food for thought. So I'm going to go back and read the comments in just a second after the lesson, and then we will have a Q&A. Just in case people are joining for the first time, they can go ahead and get the lesson first, and then we'll do Q&A after. So welcome to tonight, Tuesday night. So you guys, I have 4 facts for you guys, 4 facts about the link between diabetes and dementia. Okay, so number 1, both diabetes and dementia are linked to insulin resistance and chronic inflammation. So that's going on with both of them. There's a lot, they're calling diabetes type 3 dementia. They're saying dementia is diabetes type 3 because it's insulin resistance of the brain. So they're the symptoms and okay, I'm just going to go through the 4 and then we'll talk about it after. So, okay, so number 1, they both have insulin resistance and chronic inflammation. Number 2 is, if you are obese, which I was 8 years ago when I started my keto carnivore lifestyle, you are at risk for insulin resistance. And then insulin resistance is a whole umbrella of other problems and illnesses and symptoms that you can get under that, including the diabetes and dementia, but there's also high blood pressure. There's all inflammational diseases, even gout. So there's a lot of stuff under the umbrella of insulin resistance. So being obese is a risk for that. Number 3, if you have diabetes already, that is a risk factor in getting dementia, because remember, dementia is diabetes type 3. So that is a risk factor in getting dementia. Now, you guys, my dear mama, she was 99 when she got diagnosed pre-diabetic, and she has had dementia for almost 10 years now. So I feel like, and I've mentioned this in another video, that it's happening earlier and earlier. Because my mom, she's 101 right now. Her birthday's tomorrow, 102. But for me, I was diagnosed at 51 pre-diabetes. My mom, 99 pre-diabetes. Good for her. She went so long without it. And then, but some of my clients that I'm meeting, they're already pre-diabetic, and there's some of them are in their late 20s and even 30s, and they're already pre-diabetic. So it's happening closer in age now, but I think it's because our food has gotten worse and worse. Like in my mom's day, like there weren't yet Pop-Tarts and stuff like that. So it's happening earlier and earlier. There's even juvenile diabetes happening. So that's something to keep in mind, you guys. Diabetes is no joke. So number 4 is, another fact is, do you know most people, they go undiagnosed for diabetes and dementia, sometimes 10 years and more before they're even diagnosed? So I'm thinking to myself, and I'm going to use myself as an example. When I was 51 and I was told I was pre-diabetic, I'm thinking, was I already diabetic or was I just pre? The reason why I say that is because I think that it goes undiagnosed for so long, because when you get blood tests, they don't test the insulin that often. They just test the glucose. And if the glucose levels are normal to what they say are normal, then you don't really get diagnosed. But what's driving those glucose levels? So let's talk about that for a minute. I wish that I would have known about testing insulin, because I would have asked for that, but I didn't know that back then. Maybe I would have found out more. But when you are eating a standard American diet all of your life, like I was, I was 51 when I started my keto carnivore lifestyle journey. And at that time, when I started my keto carnivore lifestyle journey, I was pre-diabetic, but I'm wondering if they would have tested my insulin, what would that have showed? Because what happens is this: when you eat more carbs and sugar than your body can handle, an example of that is if you have like a cup of rice. You guys know a cup of rice turns into about 9 teaspoons of sugar. 9 teaspoons of sugar, right? And our body can really handle in our bloodstream at one time, how many teaspoons of sugar? 1, which is 4 or 5 grams of sugar in our blood at one time. So when that happens, and boy, that was happening all the time, because you eat a sandwich or you eat this or that. When that happens, our body has to rush in and throw a bunch of insulin in our system to get that glucose down and stuff it into our fat cells. So that's what's happening. So when we get a blood test that just shows the glucose and the glucose looks normal, it's just not telling the whole story. So this is kind of how I see it. If your body was a house, like let's just say your body's a house. You're on a street, your body's a house. Nice house, it looks great from the outside, right? If carbs are the fuel, follow me on this, and glucose is the fire, and the insulin is the fire extinguisher. So every time you pull the trigger and you've got fuel on that fire, you're starting a fire. So when you're eating those carbs in excess, that's pulling the trigger. and you're starting a fire and the glucose rises, that's the fire. And what happens? The firemen come and they put a whole bunch of water, whatever, to get the fire out. That is the insulin rescuing our body so we don't die. So have you guys ever seen what a house looks like after the fire department comes and puts out all the fire? Even if it's a small thing like, an oven got on fire or something. They don't do it carefully, like, oh, let's just put just the amount of water that it takes to put out the fire so that we don't make a mess. No, they come dumping it in. It gets all over. It's messy. Things are ruined, but the fire gets out. Just because the fire is out and the house looks okay from the outside, it doesn't mean that the inside is okay. If you go in that house, there's going to be water all over, that soot all over, gook. It's going to be all messy. You've got some cleaning to do. That's what's happening to our cells and our organs and all kinds of things in our body when we overload on carbs. So that's kind of how I look at it. When they test only for glucose, I just feel like that's not the whole picture. Again, this is food for thought. I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving you medical advice, but if I were talking to me 8 years ago or even 10 years ago, I would have asked for maybe an insulin test too to see how much fire was being put out. Just because they didn't see the fire doesn't mean it wasn't happening. So that's kind of how I see the whole insulin versus glucose thing. And so that's why so many people go undiagnosed with diabetes and even dementia if they're not testing, for everything, especially with pre-diabetes, because that's the experience that I have. So those are the 4 facts. Both diabetes and dementia, insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, obesity gives you a risk for insulin resistance. And then if you have diabetes, that's giving you a risk for dementia. And if you're going undiagnosed, maybe when you get your next medical exam, you can ask them to do an insulin test also just to see. So those are the 4 facts. Now, what can we do about it, you guys? Well, you guys know, because this is the channel, and this is kind of what we're living out together, holding each other accountable. But what we can do to prevent and manage, not just dementia and diabetes, because we don't want those. Nobody wants the double Ds, right? But a whole host of other things that you can also prevent and manage. So main thing is cut the carbs. We have to cut the carbs to control the blood sugar and the insulin spikes. We have to cut the carbs. And we know that it's hard to do, but you know what? We're on a mission to have better health, and we all have different whys. And number 2, what really helps also is to get moving. Now, you guys know that I don't really work out, but you guys, there are some sale on some gyms right now, and I'm probably going to, I have a small gym that I can go to. It's not local, so it's not convenient. So I might be getting another membership. But probably this week I'm going to sign up for the membership just to move more. If you're moving more, especially like after meals, if you're able to even just take a little walk or something, that really helps with the insulin resistance. Especially if you're insulin resistant, if you're diabetic, it helps with the blood sugar levels. Just getting to move more really helps that. So to prevent and manage, you want to cut the carbs and you want to get moving, do something to move. Even if it's not at the gym, just getting some more steps in, or even after meals. So you guys, that is what I have for you tonight. That's near and dear to my heart. So with me being pre-diabetic and with my mom having dementia and her birthday's tomorrow, I just felt like, you know what, I want to talk about this. And I also want to share with you guys something really neat about my mom is my mom had it right. Okay, my mom's 101. Getting pre-diabetic at 99, come on. Like some people, 99. Like she went all that long, right? This is the thing. Back in the day, I remember my mom having the red box, which is the lard, having that bacon grease, that can on the stove, having real butter. And back in the day, I'm talking 20, 30 years, like way before I knew about keto, when I was like trying to do the best I can on every diet. I remember telling my mom, Mom, you got to take care of yourself. You can't be eating all this fat, and you need to get country crock, and you need to, lower the fat. That's when the low fat fad was in. And my mom was like, I'm not eating cheese that don't melt. Like it doesn't even melt. Like I'm not doing that. And we couldn't get her to, switch the butters over to the margarine, all the stuff that we were doing. And now I think about it, you guys. And now I'm like, you know what? She had it right. Like she did not budge. She did not budge. So now, you guys, I have a little red box and I got like a can of bacon grease. Like she had it right. So I'm just like looking and just thinking, wow, like she did this and she did this and, her longevity and everything. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. That now I have a little red box. Now I got a can of bacon grease and just trying to get back to how we ate a long time ago before all these fake foods came out. So you guys, that's what I have tonight. I am ready to take some questions. If you guys have any questions, do you just tell me if you know anyone or if you yourself have diabetes or dementia, the double D's. Do any of you have double D's? Or do any of you know anyone with double D's? I want to know, put it in the comments if you know somebody so that you can share this message with them. So I want to say hi to Mark. Mark's out there looking in from Charleston, South Carolina, and VSP. Oh my goodness, VSP is struggling with memory, really bad memory problems, I think mainly due from schizophrenia. Oh my goodness, VSP, that's a lot. That is a lot. I really believe that no matter what road you choose, and also I wanted to add something else. No matter what road you choose, sometimes people do need meds. Like I know that like my goal is to not have to, but when it comes to managing and preventing, I gave you 2 tips, which was cut the carbs and get moving. That really helps to manage dementia and to prevent diabetes. But also, some people need meds for things. Say you've done everything. You've done carnivore. You've done everything that you can. Sometimes people still need a med. So you guys take care of yourself in that way. I don't have, what other questions do you guys have? That's all I see. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. I will let you guys know if I'm going to be on either Monday or Tuesday next week. Put in the comments what night is best for you, Monday night or Tuesday night. Put that in the comments. This is Lisa Kinda Karnivore. If you are just dropping in, if you're watching this on the replay, I will still answer your questions. I will go back and answer those questions. So just let me know if you know anyone with double D's or if you have one of the double D's. And I'm hoping that this video will help you and them. Also in the comments, what's better for a live night for you, Monday or Tuesday? So you guys have a great night and I will see you next time. Take care. Okay. It never goes off. Oh. Bye.